What makes someone persuasive? Today, I want to talk to you about three classic, and I mean like thousands of years old classic rhetorical tools that allow you to convince people when you speak. And why would I know about that? Well, I am a trial lawyer. I appear in front of juries and judges regularly, and it's my job to persuade people. So I hope by the end of this video, I've persuaded you of my persuasion skills. The first thing, ethos. Well, I'll list all three actually: ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is about credibility. Do you look the part? Are you trustworthy? Do you seem like you know what you are talking about? And ethos is kind of sometimes a je ne sais quoi element, right? Because you could just look at someone and you could be like, that person is credible. The way you dress, that gives you ethos. The way you move, that gives you ethos. Your qualifications, the fact that you might have a PhD in the subject. If you notice, I started off this video by talking about the fact that I am a trial lawyer and it's my job to persuade. I'm trying to build ethos. I'm trying to say, hey, this is why you should listen to me. This is why I know what I'm talking about. And ethos comes in many ways. You want to build as much ethos as possible. Sometimes ethos comes in the way you relate to others. So when I'm in court and I'm litigating, I make sure, especially in front of a jury, that I carry myself in a way that shows integrity, that shows fairness. Sometimes even when I start off my closing, if the prosecution has gone first, I'll stand up and I'll say, I thank the prosecutor for their fair submissions. And what that tells the jury is, hey, this guy is not about getting some creep off. This guy legitimately believes in what he's doing and he believes in justice. So you want to build as much ethos as possible. And then the next part is logos. And lawyers are very, very good at this. Lawyers are all about logos. Sometimes logos means knowledge. That's where we get the word logic. Logos is about convincing people through their intellect, through logic, through reason. So you want to persuade people by saying 2 + 2 = 4. How do I know that 2 + 2 = 4? Because I had 2 peanuts. And then I got 2 more peanuts and I put them side by side and I counted them. And by the end of it, I was left with 4 peanuts. So I know that 2 + 2 = 4. And you also must know that 2 + 2 = 4. And if you don't believe me, go home today and grab 2 peanuts and add 2 more peanuts and combine them and count them. And at the end, you will realize that 2 + 2 in fact does equal 4. So logos, even though I'm talking about something completely absurd and ridiculous, logos is the way you appeal to someone's sense of logic. And then the one that I think is most underused, at least by lawyers, particularly lawyers that litigate in front of judges all the time, is pathos. And pathos is where we get the term empathy or pathological or empath. Pathos has to do with an appeal to the emotion, an appeal to how someone feels, right? Sometimes using inflammatory words that are outrageous. Don't you believe in equality? Don't you believe in fairness? Don't you believe that justice should be for everyone, regardless of their creed and their gender? How would you like it if you were deprived of justice? That is what has happened to this individual here. Appeals to emotion, where people are outraged, people are indignant, people are happy, people are sad. That is a rhetorical device of pathos. And the way that I frequently use pathos in my litigation is I'll say, hey, imagine if you were minding your own business, walking down the street one day, and then a police officer pulls up beside you. You've done nothing wrong. You have no reason why they're there. They approach you with guns drawn and they tell you to get on the ground. You're on the ground, but you're terrified. You don't know what you've done wrong. Not only that, though, you're in a country where you don't speak the language. So that allows my jury to put themselves in the position of the accused person. It allows them to empathize. The invocation of ethos or pathos, sorry, it allows someone to think with their emotions as to how they would act if they were in the same situation. So when you combine ethos, pathos, and logos, then you could be rhetorically powerful and you could hopefully achieve the means that you're seeking to achieve. So there you have it: ethos, pathos, and logos. Next time, I hope you combine it in your speech. If you have any questions, tips, or comments as to how I could help you with public speaking, it's something that I'm greatly passionate about. I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching.